Elon Musk greenlit to activate Starlink Internet for Iranians. Al Jazeera English. Legal guidance by the American government on expanding Internet services to Iranians was changed. Despite U.S. sanctions, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk has been given the green light by the United States government to activate the satellite Internet service Starlink to help Iranians protesting against the death of a woman in Pol. +3113 Chars. Robin Wright files for divorce from her husband Clément Giraudet after 4 years. Daily Mail. The actress, 56, began dating the Yves Saint Laurent executive, 37, in 2017 before tying the knot in a secret ceremony in France the following year. Robin Wright has reportedly filed for divorce from her husband of 4 years Clément Giraudet on Saturday. The House of Cards actress, 56, cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for the SPL. +2201 Chars. Albert Pujol's 700 home runs. Cardinals legend reaches rare milestone with 2 HR night versus Dodgers. CBS Sports. Pujols is only the 4th member of the 700 homer club in MLB history. St. Louis Cardinals legend Albert Pujols became the 4th player in Major League Baseball history to reach 700 career home runs on Friday night with a 2-homer effort against the Los Angeles Dodgers. +1968 Chars. Where to get updated COVID booster. Eligibility. Possible side effects and more. NBC Chicago. For the vast majority of the pandemic, up until early September, COVID-19 vaccines targeted the original coronavirus strain, even as wildly different mutants. For the vast majority of the pandemic, up until early September, COVID-19 vaccines targeted the original coronavirus strain, even as wildly different mutants emerged. Vaccines continued to show effect. +5695 Chars. Planetary heist. Astronomers discover that stars can steal planets. SciTech Daily. Researchers at the University of Sheffield have proposed a new origin for Jupiter-like planets, orbiting massive stars 3 times the mass of our Sun. According to recent research, massive stars in the densely populated stellar nurseries where most stars are. By University of Sheffield, September 24, 2022. Artist's impression of a beastie. The image shows a gas giant planet, like Jupiter, on a distant orbit around a blue, massive star. The planet is likely to +2566 Chars. Albert Pujol's 700 home runs. Cardinals legend reaches rare milestone with 2 HR night versus Dodgers. CBS Sports. Pujols is only the 4th member of the 700 homer club in MLB history. St. Louis Cardinals legend Albert Pujols became the 4th player in Major League Baseball history to reach 700 career home runs on Friday night with a 2-homer effort against the Los Angeles Dodgers. +1968 Chars. The best accidental side effect of the GTA 6 leak. IGN. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Remind me later. Recession fears mount as U.S. stocks fall sharply. CBS Mornings. The Dow Jones Industrial Average S&P 500 and Nasdaq each lost more than 1.5% on Friday, with the Dow closing at its lowest level since late 2020. CBS News C. Null. King Charles will never want Prince Harry, Meghan Markle back in the firm. The News International. King Charles reportedly has no interest in calling Meghan Markle and Prince Harry back into the firm. This insight into King Charles's emotions has been brought to light by True. King Charles reportedly has no interest in calling Meghan Markle and Prince Harry back into the firm. This insight into King Charles' emotions has been brought to light by True Royalty TV co-founder +696 Charles. Fiona makes landfall, slams Canada's Atlantic coast with severe winds and rain. CNN. Hurricane-strength Fiona is ripping through Canada's eastern seaboard after making landfall in Nova Scotia early Saturday, slamming the area with fierce rain and winds and knocking out power for hundreds of thousands in what could be a landmark weather event. CNN. Hurricane-strength Fiona is ripping through Canada's eastern seaboard after making landfall in Nova Scotia early Saturday, slamming the area with fierce rain and winds and knocking out power for +4232 Charles. Skip the protein shakes. 8 muscle-building foods to eat instead. CNET. These whole foods provide the nutrients you need for muscle growth and taste way better than protein powder. You don't have to be an aspiring bodybuilder to care about muscle mass. In fact, maintaining a healthy muscle mass is one of many ways we can stay healthy and improve our overall well-being. A special +6569 Charles. Baby island appears in Pacific Ocean after underwater volcano erupts. CNN. The Central Tonga Islands welcomed the birth of a new baby, a baby island. That is, the Central Tonga Islands welcomed the birth of a new baby, a baby island. That is, the new baby island emerged in the southwest Pacific Ocean, where underwater volcanoes are plentiful. One of these, +1341 Charles. Tennessee WR Cedric Tillman out against Florida due to ankle injury. Sources say. ESPN. After injuring his ankle last week, Tennessee star wide receiver Cedric Tillman will not play against Florida. Sources told ESPN. Tennessee star wide receiver Cedric Tillman will not play against Florida on Saturday because of an ankle injury. Sources told ESPN. Tillman injured his ankle last week against Akron midway through. +1659 Charles. Watch how the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 survives a brutal teardown. Sam Mobile. Samsung News. People have this idea of foldable smartphones being delicate and certainly not as durable as conventional devices. This is in. People have this idea of foldable smartphones being delicate and certainly not as durable as conventional devices. This is an idea that Samsung has been working very hard to dismiss. It has considered a +1836 Charles. Don't look for a stock market bottom until a soaring dollar cools down. Here's why. Market Watch. Soaring currency stirring volatility across financial markets. It will be difficult for the stock market to stop its slide and find a bottom as long as the US dollar keeps soaring versus its rivals. According to market analysts, global stocks suffered a bruise and +5042 Chars. Inside the struggle to reinvent SNL, as 9 actors exit before premiere, New York Post. Quote, "Executives at SNL would never say it. But I'm sure they were okay with all the attention," a source said of the exiting Pete Davidson. "They will never say, middle age is no joke." And as Saturday Night Live has its 50th birthday on the horizon, the show premieres season 48 on October 1. Some are wondering if the years have taken a toll. 8 of the +12035 Chars. The conditions are perfect for a populist resurgence in Europe, CNN. On Sunday night, it is widely expected that Giorgia Meloni will become Italy's first female prime minister. Null. Enterovirus cases rising in children across the Twin Cities, KSTP. Hospitals across the Twin Cities are seeing a rise in enterovirus cases in children. Hospitals across the Twin Cities are seeing a rise in enterovirus cases in children. This is in line with a recent alert from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which is reporting INCRE +2616 Chars. A new FRB signal has buzzed nearly 2,000 times in just 2 months. Raising a mystery. Science alert. We have detected a strange new signal from across the chasm of time and space. We have detected a strange new signal from across the chasm of time and space. A repeating fast radio burst source detected last year was recorded spitting out a whopping 1,863 bursts over 82 hours. +4688 Chars. Nadal pulls out of Laver Cup after doubles with Federer, Reuters. Rafa Nadal has pulled out of the remainder of the Laver Cup due to personal reasons after partnering friend and rival Roger Federer in a doubles match that brought down the curtain on the Swiss great's glittering tennis career. London, September 24. Reuters. Rafa Nadal has pulled out of the remainder of the Laver Cup due to personal reasons after partnering friend and rival Roger Federer in a doubles match that brought down th. +1383 Chars. iOS 16.1 will give us the iPhone battery icon we all wanted, CNET. The complaints about the iOS 16 battery percentage icon redesign hit a nerve at Apple. This story is part of Focal Point iPhone 2022. CNET's collection of news, tips and advice around Apple's most popular product. Apple has released 2 iOS 16.1 developer betas since the release of +5680 Chars. The Fed says unemployment will rise. Here's who economists say would lose their jobs first. ABC News. Job losses would fall disproportionately on vulnerable workers. Economists say. The Federal Reserve escalated its fight against inflation this week, instituting a major rate increase and saying more will likely follow. The moves will cause a jump in the number of unemployed AMA. +5263 Chars. All Marilyn Monroe movies are exploitative. But the nightmarish blonde actually shows you inside her vagina. The Independent. Andrew Dominik's fictionalized biopic of the tragic movie star doesn't just fail Marilyn Monroe herself, writes Amanda Whiting, but its use of a talking fetus begging not to be aborted, yes, really, sinks the film into new depths of invasiveness. Blonde. The new Netflix film from Andrew Dominic adds as much nuance to the idea of Marilyn Monroe as can be gleaned from a gynecological exam. The bombshell movie star has long been established as +3610 Chars. Virtually all abortions in Arizona are now illegal. Judge rules. Arizona Daily Star. Late Friday. Pima County Superior Court Judge Kelly Johnson rejected Planned Parenthood arguments against the outright ban, which has been on the books since Arizona's territorial days. Virtually all abortions in Arizona are now illegal. Late Friday. Pima County Superior Court Judge Kelly Johnson rejected arguments by Planned Parenthood of Arizona that a law on the books since R. +4634 Chars. A cancer-fighting version of herpes shows promise in early human trial. Gizmodo. At least one patient with advanced cancer experienced a complete remission after being treated with a modified herpes virus. Scientists may be able to turn a long-time germ foe into a cancer-fighting ally. New research this week suggests, in preliminary data from a Phase 1 trial, a genetically modified version of the herpes +3738 Chars. DART asteroid crash. What time will NASA probe hit Dimorphos on Sept. 26. Space.com. NASA's DART spacecraft will crash into the asteroid Dimorphos on Sept. 26 at 7:14 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Here's how the day will unfold. A NASA spacecraft will soon make history when it crashes into an asteroid in the world's first planetary defense test. The Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART asteroid mission, will slam RSP +8224 Chars. Roger Federer brings down curtain on his career with a defeat, but still dazzles alongside longtime friend and rival Rafael Nadal. CNN. Swiss tennis great Roger Federer has lost his final professional match, playing doubles alongside contemporary and rival Rafael Nadal of Spain at the Laver Cup. CNN. Roger Federer's career may have ended in a defeat on Friday, but the 5-minute standing ovation that followed was testament to the unique, indelible mark he left on the sport of tennis. The +8350 Chars. Is the iPhone 14 worth the upgrade? How it compares to Apple's older phones. CNET. Comparing Apple's iPhone 14 to previous iPhone generations, so you can make sure it's worth the money to move up. This story is part of Focal Point iPhone 2022. CNET's collection of news, tips and advice around Apple's most popular product. Apple's iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro arrived on Sept. 16. And you may be +17352 Chars.